All right, so let's get back to it. Now, what I realized just now is that definitely the best thing to do is to use the code that that ChatGPT wrote for me at 6 a.m. yesterday. Um, and the thing about this code is that it was like I was way too tired to keep going. Uh, I was way too tired to keep coding, and so but I was just talking with ChatGPT about it, and, I was just like, "How would I do this?" And then eventually got to the point where it had, like, the context, and it knew the context very well, and so, um, it was like, "Do you want me to make the code?" And I was like, "Yeah, just make the code." And so I made the code, and then I tested it, and it worked perfectly. So that's all great. The problem with that is what I usually like to do is like go through, like understand each piece of the code one step at a time. And that way, when go to edit the file, I know how to edit it. And so, uh, so that's the problem here is that the code works great, but if I want to go edit it, I'm going to have to start over with asking ChatGPT, how does this work? Where do I edit to make this happen and this happen? And it's probably overly complex and has like a lot of easy ways to fail built into it. So, um, but let me see, is this it? Okay, I think that's it. Now, what was the website that I was working on there? Astute.co. Yeah, everything's full of chip residue. Okay, so now what is the name of this file? Parser JSON LD2. Okay. So here's the code. Here's what it produced. Now, one big problem with this is that it includes all the breadcrumbs. I don't really want those breadcrumbs in there. I don't know though. Maybe there's no reason to worry about it. But let's check and make sure that these social media profiles are correct. Yes, their Facebook is correct. I think I already followed them on LinkedIn. Yep, the LinkedIn is correct. So that's good. Does it have their logo? I don't really care if it has their logo or not, but it always tries to add their logo automatically, and it always makes something up. Yep, it's got the logo. Whoops, what happened? I just have one extra. What? Okay, so I guess the logo is good. So, um, I'm assuming that this is not automatically uploaded to the vector database. Yeah, it is both not automatically uploaded to the vector database and not automatically put into uh, to my server. So that is a problem of doing it this way. Um, but obviously, if it's good enough, then I don't know that it matters. All right, so the only thing is, let's just okay, let's ask, or we don't need to ask ChatGPT for the email. We can just search for it. Nothing, no email here. Okay, well, this is the contact page right here. So let's take this link and we'll pull it up. We'll check the Google rich results and see what we got, whether or not their email is in there. Wait, do we have their phone number? Nope, it's not pulling up anything for phone either. So here's the rich results test. Breadcrumbs, local business. Contact. We've got the phone number, address. No email. The organization. I mean, I don't think the email is going to be in here either, obviously, if it wasn't in the same exact thing in the other page. Yeah, okay. What other pages do we maybe feel like we need to have? Let's see whether or not the rich results test comes up with anything for these. Nope. Just the standard organization and local business. Okay. All right. Let's check the work. The only reason I want to check the work is because, as I was saying earlier, I think it's weird that the portfolios don't ever have any rich results. And so, but I don't think this one's going to have any either, but it's worth a check. Yeah, it seems like every single page on their website just has the local business in the organization. Um, I don't know what to say about this because okay, well, let's just paste that. No, not that. We'll just paste this into ChatGPT. What do you think of this? That's that. Okay. And then I have too many of these tabs open. Um, and then if I'm going to use this in a RAG database and not it's not part of the website, then is there a problem with leaving the breadcrumb section in there or not? Or is that gonna be no problem?
No problem at all. If the JSON LD is being stored or analyzed in your own database for RAG, enrichment, or comparison, and not embedded on a live web page, leaving the breadcrumb sections in has zero negative impact. They'll simply be treated as extra structured nodes. No SEO engine or validator will ever read them. You might want to keep them if you plan to, study internal site structure, generate page relationships later, or test consistency between pages. You could omit them if you want a cleaner, smaller JSON. They add noise and redundancy. But technically, inside a vector or structured data registry, they're harmless.
Okay, I'm not entirely sure I believe you on that one. But, okay, is there any other pages on their site I wanna check? I mean, obviously, it's not this is not happening. Yeah, I should check the services page. That's the page I most care about in a way. But, there's definitely not gonna be anything on there because we've already there's yeah, it's the same results from every page. Okay. So, what I'm gonna do here is, we're gonna run the other file. which is WordPress all page content. Is it all page or all pages? Pages. And this one actually does, it takes all the content, it sends it all to OpenAI and has the API call return a JSON object. The JSON objects get saved to my server. It gets uploaded to the vector database. So let's see, what did it come? What are we looking for? Acute should be the first one. Ooh, 7 kilobytes. Right. We cannot view it. We can only edit it. Where did ChatGPT go? There we go. How does it compare? This is okay. Well, let's just.
Here's the quick compare. Coverage: Astute V1, strong site level graph, organization, website, search action, web page dates, hero image, multiple breadcrumb lists, same as, hours, and an image object. Acute V2, strong business level detail, organization with founder, team roster, contact point, area served, plus a service node and an FAQ page. What V2 does better: real people entities, founder plus team, and contact points. Explicit service object and FAQ, nice for RAG and for a service FAQ page. What V1 does better: full site context, website, web page, search action, canonical page image, same as profiles and media asset defined. NIT's quick fixes for V2 Acute. 1. People need a type. Each member should include type person. You only type the founder. 2. IDs and consistency. Your org at ID is hacuteo.com organization, no trailing slash before het. That's fine. Just be consistent across all references. 3. Area served. Consider normalizing, e.g., Reno NV, Milwaukee WI, and drop vague duplicates like nationwide in all cities and states. Keep one. 4. Optional site context. If you'll ever embed on page, add website web page nodes with in language, name, URL. 5. Logo. Since you've said you don't want logo on organization, keep it out, okay as is. NIT's quick fixes for V1. If used off-site in your registry, multiples of breadcrumb list are harmless. If embedding, keep only the current page's breadcrumb. Use opening hours specification, not a single opening hours string. Ensure image dimensions are numbers and not 0. Avoid staging assets. WPEngine.com as primary image of page. If following your rule, remove logo from organization. Minimal patch for Acute v2. You can see the code in our conversation history. Bottom line, use Astute site scaffolding when you want page site context. Use Acute's richer org team service FAQ when you want business detail. For your registry, keep both styles but normalize IDs, add it type person to people, and trim vague area served.
All right. All right, this is tedious. This is the part should be automated. Make a combined version of the two. Use the first one's data whenever if there's any conflict, because that one is definitely more accurate since it was taken directly from the website. And for anything that's missing from the first one, use the second one. If the first one has a logo URL, that's okay. Use that. Okay, so I need to, whatever it comes up with here, I'm gonna just replace what we have in the file there. There we go. And now I also have to upload it to the vector database manually because the one that was updated was put in there automatically, which probably would be good enough. If I get more tired, I'll just stop doing this aspect of it and probably just go with the one that's auto-generated, or one of the two. But this is too much. I mean, ultimately, these two processes should be combined. Or I mean, I really don't care. This probably doesn't matter very much at all. It's probably not worth my time to go through this. But again, this is mostly for the sake of learning. Like if I end up with JSON objects that are not very good or they have some flaw in them, I will wait until that becomes an actual problem and then I'll be able to fix it. Um, Whoops, I think I must have two. Let's see here. Ew. I have multiples of many. Oh, some of these are in here 4 times. Oops, I just deleted acute. Damn it. That sucks. Yeah. Oh my god. I hope I saved that. Huh. Well, the final result was less kilobytes. That's not good. And no, I no longer have acute. Wait, I have acute right here. Okay. So I can just take this. Hopefully this is the. Okay, apparently I already have an acute on here, so I will just upload that. No idea if that's the best file for the job, but it's better than nothing. All right, so and now I'm seeing 2 astutes up here. Oh my god. I don't even know if that's bad. All right, so we're getting rid of that. Gonna get rid of that. Gonna get rid of that for now. Well, this is, when I was making the review bots, it was like this. I just did the same thing over and over again, and finally I automated it. When I did the browser bots, everything, it's just doing it manually until I'm doing the same thing every single time, and then I automate it. So, okay, so we're back, and yes, I forgot. So we need to give AstutCo a rag bot. So we're gonna steal the one. I think no, the last. Whoa, no, alphametic is a lot. So was it Action Interactive that we just made the reg bot for? I think so. Yes, it's very simple. And I'm just going to say, edit this system prompt in the minimal way possible to make it clear that the documents were not uploaded by the user, because we had that issue last time. All right. I said in the minimum way possible, so I can't be upset now, but that was not what I had in mind, because a system prompt should have like headings and stuff. Okay, so Astute Co. Shit. Okay, one more time. We're gonna go to action. We're gonna take the rag. We're gonna copy it to Astute Co. We're gonna go to Astute Co. We're gonna rename that from action to Astute Co. Then we're gonna edit it so that we're replacing it with Astute Co. All right, and now at AI upgrade.site, if I say, tell me about Astute Co., it should be able to answer. Well, it gave a good answer, but then it died. So here's the thing, is that when I'm on this homepage here, if I say, tell me about Astute Co SEO, it should be able to give me an answer. It should like automatically choose the SEO company's rag. Oh, did it work? Holy shit. It did. Perfect. Beautiful. Do you have their email? Hmm. Okay. Do you have their phone number? Are there any blog posts on AI Upgrade about Astute Co? So I'm just testing to see whether or not it will switch automatically to the feed bot, which if it does, I will be surprised. Yeah, it did not. Switch to feed bot. Okay, well that is like breaking it, which is bad. I should really check in to see what that is since this is on my homepage. But I mean, I kind of disabled the ability to switch bots without pressing the main menu or new chat button because it was just switching randomly. Are there any blog posts about Stuco? Okay. The answer is no. But I could make one right now. I mean, I probably should make a video, then make a blog post, and then check this again. But I just want to get through the A's first. So I'm just making sure that all of the places that I've already made a demo for, which Stuco I had not, I could have definitely just skipped that. But that was fun. Um, Atomic Social has a blog feed, a review bot, and a browser, but no Ragbot. But I'm guessing um, Atomic Social SEO company. Let's see if it switches. Nope. Wait, it did switch, but it's not updating. Whoa. No, it did not switch. Switch to SEO company bot. So I should really make it. Oh my God. I got to make it smarter. I got to improve the manifest. I got to make it so that it leaves bots when it should and doesn't leave bots when it shouldn't. Okay, so Atomic Social is in there. They have a, they clearly, the reg clearly has some info about them. But there is no ragbot system prompt in Atomic Social. So we're just gonna go and take the Astuco one. Uh-oh. And copy it to Atomic Social.com. Did I get that right? Atomic Social.com? We'll find out. And then rename it. Atomic Social.com reg, and then edit it, and everywhere where it says astute, we're going to change it to Atomic Social. Man, there is a lot of sirens outside. Okay. So Atomic Social. Where are they located? Scottsdale, Arizona. So gonna go back to the feed bots. Do I have that open already somewhere? Kinda. Um, whoops. I don't even know what I'm looking for right now. Arizona. And then okay, so it's atomicsocial.com. And that's gonna be the only one in Arizona. So now if we go back to our feed bots, we're gonna have an Arizona entry when I refresh it. And when we click on it, if Atomic Social has written about AI or GEO in the last week, whoa, they have. Check that out. And cool. Cool, cool, cool. Um, what the hell was I about to do here? All right. So I actually want to go and add structured data to the list of words. Meta feed multi-domain.php. And then our list of words includes structured, it already includes structured data. All right, so let's move along to what's after Atomic Social. Oh, we got just one last one left, and it's Augurian. So where located? That was the wrong bot. That was the wrong tab. Minneapolis, Minnesota. I have heard of that place. Show Minnesota. Yeah, they're already on there. Okay. But do they have any posts? I clicked it. Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure I clicked it for a second because there's a lot of posts and yeah, I don't think they have any posts. Okay, that is all the A's. We are through the A's. Oh, there's one, two, three, four, five Bs. One, two, three Cs. One, two, three, four, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I should really do Hong Kong and Taiwan first. What I should really do is for the Taiwan list, I should make demos for the Taiwan list and videos and send emails like now. That was kind of my original plan for today. And I have a relatively large Taiwan list because I used ChatGPT deep research to get that list. Um, so what are we doing here? Yeah, so I'm gonna just go and see whether or not see what posts we got in the Taiwan list. Now, the other thing I wanted to do with these posts, these things, other than just make sure that all of my demoed, all the ones I already have demos for, are in this list, is and then again, the plan is to use this list to decide who to make demos for, but um, just to use this content to create content or to highlight their content or feature their content, or for SEO companies that don't have this content to make a version of it for them. When it comes to like just everything new in generative engine optimization, AI visibility, structured data, you know, Google AI mode and how it affects your SEO, stuff like that. But to make this thing more useful, I mean, it's got to show me how many posts there are in each region. And then when I click on the region, it's got to just list the posts and probably not even go to another page. Just pull the titles in. And then if I click on a title, it'll just show the post there and then have a link to the actual post. So that's a bunch of coding that I kind of had intended to do today. That was kind of my plan earlier today when I was walking around. That's what I was thinking I would do when I got home. But then I thought, it's actually better I go through these demos and make sure that all the demos are represented on this list, because then it's more of a that's just like a comprehensive review of every aspect of everything that I'm doing. But I mean, ultimately, yeah, if I want to read this, I do want to look at the content they're producing and what they're saying and keep up to date with it and use it somehow. Either, like I said, writing blog posts for people that don't have good blog posts on the topics, or like making an aggregate blog post, or like featuring them or whatever, or just like keep using it to keep track of which companies are thinking what, or which companies are on top of the latest and which ones are not, and making sure I have a big enough and just cultivating which companies are active. Um, so I think I can make this to be like an extremely useful tool for me. And then it should be connected to a chatbot. Like ideally, I should be able to what I was just saying. If I can do that, where it's like it tells me which places have how many posts, and then I can choose a place, and then it lists the titles, and then I can choose a title, and then it shows me that post, but with a link to the original if I want it. Um, then I can put that into a chatbot. There's no reason why I shouldn't be able to. but I'm definitely gonna take a little break and clear my mind and figure out what is the best thing to do next. Is it make demos for these Taiwanese companies and then make videos of the is it make videos of the demos that I already have and then make blog posts from those? Is it sending emails for the blog for the demos that I already have? Is it, yeah, continuing to add the other demo things to this list because it helps me build the list and audit my demos at the same time. And then when I'm done with that, then it's like now obviously you want to go make a video. But if you're going to make a video, you kind of want to make a manifest. So, and that was one other thing I was thinking of today is that, I should really spend some time trying to make one on my main page, trying to make the manifest as good as it possibly can be. Like replace the FAQ. There is no FAQ. So put the FAQ into the manifest. Make it self-aware. Make it so you can ask it questions about itself and it will give you good answers. Um, Potentially give it a lot of info about each of the bots, and then make it good at switching between bots without you having to tell it, even if you don't click on a button or whatever, that it will know. And that the request a demo is like built into the manifest so that it's like basically always asking you if you want to request a demo unless you're giving it like specific other instructions. And it's not necessarily because I think that that's going to be good, and also make it so that the browser isn't called browser. Um, it's not even that I think that that's like really useful or good or important. It's mostly because if I can do that with this one, then I can do that with all of them. And that would just be a good thing to be able to do. Um, yeah, because ultimately, like the core functionality is there, but packaging it up in a way that's like really the user feels like, oh, this is like a polished thing. Depends on having like a manifest that works well. So this would be the one to like experiment with that. And yeah, we'll just see if I even, uh, yeah, it literally doesn't even have a manifest at all. Bots do, but the only information that it is going on when I ask it that is the name of the bots, which you also have as so I should really make a manifest. But in order to make that manifest, I should really spend a lot of time with ChatGPT, giving it the context of each of these bots, and then thinking about the best way to structure that manifest. And the problem with doing that is that then, like, let's say I add a bot, then I have to go update the manifest, and it just adds an extra step. But that's fine for this one that is on my homepage, you know, because sort of want to have better control over how it interacts with people, and it might be kind of unique. And then for the other ones, it's like, well, if I'm doing it for one company for a demo, I'm probably going to do it for all the demos, so it's pretty repeatable. So I don't know that it's like that big of a deal that that is a manual process. And it doesn't have to be a manual process, of course, it can be automated. But that's sort of the thing is like if I have a really good manifest for this one, then I have a template for for the other manifests that I can build on. So that is to do. Those are my to-do items. To do. Keep adding already made demos to Feedbot. to Meta Feedbot. Keep improving Meta Feedbot so it's useful for content production. Experiment with making a manifest for AI upgrade site chatbot that will be the FAQ, be the web form, C, give it as much self-awareness as possible. D, allow it to be very good at switching bots appropriately and not switching bots when it shouldn't. And then E, use that manifest as a template for for demos. Keep improving my meta feed, experiment with making a manifest, keep tracking, keep adding already made demos, keep adding feeds from make a prototype of chatbot that has access to all feeds instead of one. The manifest, what else? For completed demos, make a video and a blog post. For demos with blog posts, send an email. For demos where email has been sent, make a call to follow up. In call, consider offering JSON LD objects if they are lacking. Consider offering guest blog posts if they need it. Otherwise, pitch them on white label chatbot partnership. I've never seen it ask me if I want a persistent task tracker. I think it's just making up a functionality that it does not actually have. But hey, let's find out. It's worth it. Oh, it's going to remind me. That's cool. Okay, so that's all good, but like the issue is I'm basically like adding task after task after task that I shouldn't need to do before I start trying to do sales and doing things that make money, which Again, I'm not sure that's bad because like it's if it's an integrated process, that might ultimately be the best. It's like if I make sales, sales interrupts everything else that I'm doing, and then I have to like switch back and forth between the sales and the other stuff, then that is bad because I'll always feel like I should be doing more sales. But then if I make sales, I'll be like, oh, now I have to go back to coding, and I'm like, I haven't like ironed out the work processes for that. Um, and I kind of feel like if I keep doing this stuff, then I'm like getting to the point where I'm demonstrating so much value to the people that I'm contacting, and I know so much about them. Um, so that's but sometimes it seems like I'm on a treadmill, and I'm just adding task after task, and no matter what happens, each task leads to another task. So it's better to just interrupt the pattern and start making calls and just see what sort of reaction I get. Or sometimes I just get sick of not interacting with people, and I just reach on out and see what they say. Um, but yeah, and then another option would be to just focus on the Taiwan demos. Just see if I can pop out like 6 or 7 Taiwan demos. They're already in the feeds list. Just make the demos, make a video, make a blog post, call them, email them, then call them. But like tonight, because it's like 10 a.m. in Taiwan right now. So I could get that like by 1 a.m. I could have, you know, of 10 demos done and have contacted 10 SEO agencies in Taiwan. Is there a way to get LinkedIn posts via RSS feed? It used to be so everything was accessible via RSS feed. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, everything you could get through RSS. And not only that, but when I was in China, it was all blocked. So I could only access it through RSS and I had no problems getting the info from it. But of course they had to kill it all. Is there a way to get LinkedIn posts from the people I follow via RSS? Okay, so the answer is basically no. Like there's certain ways, but it's going to take a lot of work and and it may or may not end up working very well. Anyways, that's good enough for now.